Hi, Dr. Bo here. Let's go over the posture again. You know what? I've gone over that you live in your head, and the head demands to be level. When you go to the mall or walking behind people, you'll see sometimes heads tilting this way, the shoulders will be off, but then you'll see they'll shorten this leg. They'll bring this leg short. How do you make the right leg short? By rolling the ilium back. And that does all this piriformis stuff, and all the muscles in here get off balance. Oh, I've got trouble down here, Dr. Bo. No, you don't. The problem is way up here, you're trying to carry your head level by distorting the pelvis. The pelvis's job is to bring that head back to level, see? By messing with the alignment of the pelvis. And then the pelvis is not operating in its sweet spot. I call it the sweet spot, which means the SI joint has a sweet spot in the middle. Yes, it can function over here, it can function over here, but it mainly wants to function right there where most of the cartilage is, right in the center. But if you force it to bend back and do that, to keep this leg short, to bring the head, the left head tilt back to center, the body doesn't care. All it cares about is where you live has to be level. The semicircular canals in the ear need to be level, and the eyes need to be level. If they aren't level, you aren't happy up there living in your head. You get vertigo or different feelings of dizziness and so forth. So the body will fight to bend every part of the spine to get that head level. And one of the major, cheapest ways to get levelness is in the leg length. So we have the leg length like that, and the head tilts to the left. So we want to shorten what? The right leg to bring the pelvis back to level again. So the body rolls the pelvis back, the SI joint. That brings the right leg up. It's shorter now, which makes you lean to the right, bringing the head back to level again. I hope you can see that. So head tilts left, body shortens right leg, brings the head level again, but the pelvis is under torture. It's done a twist. And the acetabulum, of course, which we hear about all the time, there's the acetabulum. You can look down inside that, pretty deep cavern, and it's covered with cartilage. And it's less cartilage on the lip out here. The most cartilage is in the center, where that's going to go in there and be used most of the time. But if the leg comes out, let's just demonstrate it like this. So if the body tips, making the right leg short, you can see how the acetabulum and the femur head has to rotate like that. And now it's using, I'm going to exaggerate, it's using the outer lip of the acetabulum. It's not using the center where most of the cartilage is. It's out here on the edge. And then the doctor says, oh, you're bone on bone, because the side wears out faster than the center. And if you bring the alignment back in, if you adjusted and aligned the head, the body would drop the leg back down and allow you to use a meaty, not like a meteor, but the more cartilage meat in the center of the acetabulum. And you could use that and get more relief, because you wouldn't be bone on bone at the center. The same thing in the shoulder happens. They call it labial tears, labial meaning lip. And if your arms are hanging like this and you tilt the head and you bring it back, you can see the arms aren't in the center of the glenoid fossa. And the glenoid fossa is not a socket like the acetabulum or the hip socket. It's a flatter piece. And you start to use the shoulders like that, and it goes up here on the lip, and you get a labial tear. And then they go in and do the surgery where it comes off, and they sew the labrum back down to the bone. You can see that on the YouTube too, how they go into the shoulder laparoscopically and sew the cartilage back down to the glenoid fossa in the shoulder. But you don't walk around on your arms. You have to walk around on your legs. So the acetabulum needs to be level. If it goes out like that, it's going over to the lip. I hope that's obvious. So I wanted to also go over the brain stem on why, again, the atlas is so important. And we'll go over that in a minute in another video.